Firefighters across Montana mobilized to Southern California to help fight devastating fires there.
Influenza-related deaths hit close to home.
And a high-speed chase ends in the Mission Valley in a shootout with law enforcement.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Jill Valley.
And I'm Dennis Bragg. Firefighters across western Montana are en route to Southern California tonight to help with the latest wildfires.
Evergreen Fire Rescue and Whitefish firefighters are mobilizing with other fire departments in the state to head to California. Missoula Fire Department Chief Jason Dale tells MTN News 7 firefighters and a strike team leader and 2 engines left Missoula today for California. He tells us California officials have requested 50 strike teams from Montana and 6 other states. Each strike team has 5 engines for a total of 250 engines. Missoula Rural Fire District is also sending a Type 1 engine along with 3 firefighters to California.
Now, the firefighters in Southern California raced today to draw containment lines around the series of blazes that have ravaged scores of homes and businesses and forced tens of thousands of people to quickly grab what they could and retreat from their homes just in the past couple of days. Battling the fires has been a fight against the wind and extremely parched conditions. A new fire popped up this morning, threatening Los Angeles' exclusive Bel Air area, and for a while causing authorities to shut down one of the nation's busiest highways, the 405. The wildfires are burning dry vegetation along the northern and western edge of Los Angeles and more extensively in Ventura County, northwest of the city.
Montana has seen its first flu-related deaths of the season, and both are from Flathead County. As MTN's Jack Ginsburg reports, officials say it's not common to see deaths this early into the flu season.
According to the Flathead County Health Department, peak season for influenza is December through February. Early into this year's season, 2 Flathead Valley residents have already died. They are the first flu-related deaths reported in Montana this year, and both were over the age of 65. Both the people who passed away were reportedly not vaccinated for influenza, and their deaths fell on National Influenza Vaccination Week. Both the Center for Disease Control and here at the County Health Department, they are saying that the best way to fight the flu is to get the vaccination.
Vaccination is hands down the best prevention against influenza. The CDC recommends that anyone 6 months of age or older receive the vaccination, and I think it's important for people to recognize that it's not just about keeping yourself healthy, but it's also about keeping those around you that are healthy.
The health department says those who are at the highest risk for serious complications from influenza are people 65 years and older, children younger than 5, especially under the age of 2, people with chronic health conditions, and pregnant women. The health department reports that there have only been 25 reported cases of influenza in the Flathead so far, and Hansen says it is unusual to see a death this early in the flu season.
We saw our first death in mid-January of last year, so we are earlier than we saw it last year. A lot of times we won't see deaths until we have more cases in the community, so to see 2 deaths with only 25 cases in the community is different than what we've seen in some past years.
Hansen also wants to remind everyone to reduce contact from others as much as possible if you become ill.
So I know that can be really hard around the holidays when people want to visit families, but to recognize if you're ill, don't go visit grandma, don't go visit the new baby in the hospital. Make sure that you're taking care of those around you by staying home.
In Kalispell, Jack Ginsburg, MTN News.
And the health department is reminding people it could take up to 2 weeks for that vaccination to have an effect on your body.
A cold but sunny day across western Montana, but we're already seeing the indicators of stagnant air conditions developing as we end the week. After a cold and clear morning across the region today, first indicators of problems to come started to show up today in many of our valleys. While persistent light winds had been helping the past couple of days, by late this morning you could see the haze starting to build as high pressure strengthens over the region, trapping cold air in the valley floors. That means particulates from a variety of sources, including cars, doesn't have much of a chance to disperse. And our forecast for these conditions to continue to worsen as we approach the weekend. For that, let's send it over to meteorologist Russ Thomas in the Storm Tracker Weather Center.
Yeah, definitely not centered yet under that upper level ridge. Getting a little bit of a light northwesterly flow, as you mentioned. Not as much as yesterday's breeze was a little bit lighter. What's going to happen is as we look ahead over the next 2 to 3 days, it is going to center itself over the area, and we are going to see those inversions get really strong and the potential for fog to increase. So here's a look at our satellite and radar image. You can see clouds still covering northwest Montana, but for the most part we are clear, and you can see those numbers where we're clear really dropping down. 18 Hamilton, 22 Missoula, 12 in Phillipsburg, whereas we're seeing upper 20s and lower 30s in Kalispell and Troy. We'll have more coming up.
A high-speed pursuit through western Montana today ended in gunfire.
MTN's Augusta McDonald was on scene north of St. Ignatius this afternoon.
The pursuit ended on Eagle Pass Trail with an exchange of gunfire between law enforcement and two suspects who were taken into custody. According to Lake County Sheriff Don Bell, the chase began about noon in a North Missoula neighborhood where police attempted to pull over a black Ford Taurus that had been driving recklessly. Bell says the vehicle fled through Missoula heading west before driving onto Highway 93 north and reaching speeds up to 90 miles per hour. Missoula County Sheriff's officials terminated the pursuit near Arlee and requested assistance from Flathead Tribal Police and the Lake County Sheriff's Office to deploy stop sticks. Sheriff Bell says the pursuit continued and the vehicle turned east several miles north of St. Ignatius onto Eagle Pass Trail, a gravel road. This is where Bell says the driver presented a pistol and fired at officers who shot back when the vehicle stopped in the Nine Pipes area. Two female suspects surrendered and were taken into custody. Reporting north of St. Ignatius, I'm Augusta McDonald for MTN News.
We don't yet know the identities of those two women who were arrested, and they're now being held in the Lake County Jail. We'll have more information on the case as it becomes available.
The Sanders County Sheriff's Office has released the names of 3 people involved in a shooting that killed 2 people and injured 1 last month. Deputies were called to a home on Hope Valley Road on November 25th after getting reports that 2 people had been shot there. Sheriff Tom Rummel says 64-year-old William Tyree was found dead on the scene of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. They believe he shot and killed a woman whose name has not been released publicly yet. 83-year-old Charles Moore, though, was shot in the shoulder and taken to a Missoula hospital. He is expected to recover. Rummel says the incident stemmed from a heated argument between Tyree and Moore, and when it escalated, that's when shots rang out.
Does the Flathead need more bus service, and what do you do about competition from those ride-sharing services? Every 5 years, the Kalispell Transit Service asks the public to discuss how to improve transit service in the Flathead or change anything we've seen from the past year. Tonight, the Eagle Transit Committee talked about the services they provide and the things they've done this past year, from adding more routes to service in Kalispell, Columbia Falls, and Whitefish. Many groups that help people with disabilities attended the meeting. They had a lot of suggestions for the future of the service. Topics range from how to compete with Uber's prices and how to better charge for the service rather than paying $1 every ride. Transportation Manager Dale Novak says that the input they get at these meetings is valuable for the vision of the transit's future plans.
You know, we feel like as a committee we have a number of direction to go and some great ideas to use, but they've presented us with some things that we've never even thought about or looked at, and so we have some direction to go through this meeting that's going to help us a lot.
In the past year, over 85,000 people rode Eagle Transit in the Flathead Valley.
Well, tonight was a night to honor the men and women of law enforcement in the Missoula area with the annual Officers of the Year banquet. This 45th annual award ceremony honored dispatchers, deputies, and detectives from the area's law enforcement agencies, including the Sheriff's Office, to University Police, to probation and parole. In all, 9 officers received recognition for outstanding work over the past year and for the professionalism they bring to the job. The Missoula Exchange Club hosted this banquet tonight. It gave officers a chance to celebrate each other and the work they do in our community. And Dennis and I were actually honored to MC the event, and it was wonderful to hear about all the work that they do, and they're so brave and so dedicated to service. So.
We were really honored, and they gave us these great coins from the University of Montana Police. They normally only give them from one officer to another. So we were most honored to be able to get these for just putting in a little bit of time with those 5
And
folks.
they were clear that I don't have the authority to arrest anybody with that thing. I can't hold it up and pull you over. Oh, well, okay. It was wonderful, and we were honored to be there. Well, still ahead, Russ is back with a potentially foggy rest of the week. It could impact some of your travel plans.
And after a journey of more than 3,000 miles, the People's Christmas Tree from Northwest Montana makes its Christmas debut. That and more coming up on KPAX.